hell is wrong with you?
Hello, and welcome to Tonto Tries, a little place where I'm given 20 minutes and a prompt from CraftyAndy to try and improve my art. I'm Tonto, and let's listen to the prompt.
Tonto, I, CraftyAndy, have an assignment for thee. I want you to draw the embodiment of modern art. The embodiment of modern art. No references.
Alright, so we've got to do the embodiment of modern art, huh? Not a problem, we can do that. Put the little assignment on the bottom. Put 20 minutes on the timer. Alright, so embodiment of modern art, huh? Done! Oh, I'm joking. But in all seriousness, no, like, I think modern art gets a bad rap because it is, like, modern art anymore, when I'm thinking about it, you see things and it's always, like, weird stuff or, like, posters of just, like, a monkey shitting itself and people are like, I'll pay $5 million. But what I think, like, the whole point of modern art is that it's somebody, you know, we gotta be in the drawing thing, you know, but it's somebody who has, like, an idea, and then they're sitting over here, and they want to, like, make their idea, but all they have is just a box of junk, and they are not necessarily going to be, like, well-trained or anything, but they have something they want to get out. They want to take their idea and through the junk make reality. And I think this is all about communication. So that is going to be what I'm going to try and convey with my idea of the embodiment of modern art. And I really think I do like the idea of having somebody, you know, someone here, and they're concentrating, and he's gonna have, like, I don't know, well, somebody, I guess, kind of like me, where he's, you know, he's gonna be sitting down. He's gonna have, like, his little chair here, and he's just sitting here, like, one leg there, and one leg just kind of, like, kicking out. And he's got himself, like, a little desk. But he doesn't, you know, he doesn't have a lot. He's not classically trained. So maybe he'll have, like, a little cup here, and it's just got, like, you know, his pencils and his Sharpies. And he doesn't know what he wants to draw. He doesn't know what he wants to make. But, you know, he knows that he has a concept. And so inside his ideas, he wants to draw something like, and I know this is going to sound cliche, but a lot of people, you know, they want to draw love. They want to draw happiness, and especially, like, younger people. And I don't say younger people as in, like, a bad thing, but, like, people that want to express themselves oftentimes are the people filled with the most energy. That you have to be classically trained on. Yes, the fundamentals are necessary to convey your idea properly. But as, well, like me, I'm a perfect example. Like, I don't know how to draw very well or how to use Photoshop, but I'm learning. And this gentleman right here, he doesn't know how to use his little paint pot. He doesn't know how to use his paint, but he has this idea that he wants to convey. And he doesn't know the fundamentals of drawing. You know, so when he's staring at his canvas, you know, his sheet of paper, and, you know, he's got his little ink pot right here. With the ink pot top, and then there's just like a little bit of fluid here. And he's sitting here, you know, with his hand. And he doesn't know how to start. Which I can identify with. I mean, shoot, I do that pretty much every time. Ooh, that's too big of an eraser. So let's shrink that down some. But he's got a concept, and he wants to get it across. And it can feel really daunting. And yeah, a lot of times it comes out like shit. I'm not going to lie. I mean, you've seen my episode, what I've drawn so far. But the important thing is that he wants to try. So he's got himself, you know, his little pen stylus here. And the important thing for him is he's going to start. And he doesn't know how to draw very well. All he knows is that he wants to get his idea out. And so he might start. And he's thinking, like, you know, what about, you know, what is the idea of love? What is that idea of the flutter? And so he might start off, you know, when you're thinking about, like, the butterflies in his stomach. So maybe he'll start off with a, you know, you'll have, like, a little butterfly or something, and he's on the page. It's got his little stalk things. You know, but that looks kind of stupid. You can't give a girl a butterfly on a picture and be like, hey, this is how I feel about you. But so he's got to, like, figure out how to, like, put himself onto the paper. And so he may go, well, you know, what does she make me feel like? Well, she makes me feel like sunshine. And so he'll put sunshine down. And it may look like a stupid piece of paper, but what he doesn't realize is that to make it look like it's her, you know, he gives her, like, the little button nose, and, you know, there's, like, the eyes right here, and just little eyebrows and little eyes just kind of staring down and smiling. And because the sunshine is actually just warming the butterfly, helping the butterfly dry its wings so the butterfly can fly. And that's not going to be coming across very well because communication isn't there. He's not evoking so much. He's like, oh, it's a butterfly and sun. So he's not sure what to do next. How does he express how this feels? Well, you know, over here you might have, like, the branch. Because, you know, butterflies had chrysali, right? Or the chrysalis? Yeah, chrysalises. So you have the branch here, and then there was, like, here's where the chrysalis was that he, like, burst out of. They have, like, that little weird pattern thing. And that's where the butterfly just kind of flew out of. And it's stretching his wings, and this butterfly right here is so happy that he's finally able to fly, and he's warmed by the love and feelings that he gets when he thinks about the girl. But, you know, it looks like a terrible drawing, so he's not quite sure about that. And he gets angry with himself, and so he crosses it out. He's pissed. And that's, you know, that's not something that he can really do for... He can't show that off. That's not going to explain the full exactly what's in his mind. He doesn't know how to do it properly. So he gets angry, and he just wipes it all away. He's at a blank slate again. He's feeling frustrated. So what does he do? So he goes outside. And when he goes outside, you know, maybe he'll find himself a rock. And when he's over here, he's just going to be kind of like sitting on the rock. His arms are down, his head's there. And he's just kind of... That's an ear. Maybe he's just going to be sitting here looking down. And, you know, the actual sun is just kind of bathing down on him. And he feels the warmth and joy that he wants to express. But he doesn't know how to do it. But, you know, he does know electricity. And he's got some stuff around the house.
Boy! What the hell is wrong with you?
So he starts and he grabs himself like an old lamp. Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure most people know this lamp. It's like a stand with like a long leg. And then it has like the shallow dish at the top. With like a little knob right here. You know, and that can be his sunlight. Well, he's like, well, cool. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and extend that out. And I'm going to put a bulb. I'm just going to put a bulb up top. And the bulb can kind of shine and slide off. Because that will be the sun. And when especially, you know, maybe it'll be in like a dark room, so that's the only source of light, so you're kind of drawn to it. And across there, he'll put up a little diorama. And he'll have like a little piece of wire coming out. And he'll have attached, remember that butterfly? He'll have attached maybe like a little butterfly to like the diorama thing. Because now the butterfly can be flying around the lamp. And maybe he'll put like a little mechanism or whatever right here. Because, I mean, he's electrically inclined, right? So we should probably shrink down my eraser a little bit. I don't know what you're about, so we'll erase you. Why aren't you erasing? There it goes. And so, you know, maybe like the butterfly thing will then just kind of like spin around, showing off the light. And this is a little bit better example of modern art because now it's something that sits in the room. You may not know why there's a small butterfly going around the lamp, but when it's the only source of light, you're drawn to it. You know, we are animals. We are drawn to sources of light. So maybe now, when he's this division line between what he's expecting and what's in reality, it might be, you know, like a darker room. And so there's darkness all around. And maybe there's a way to fill. I'm hoping there's a way to fill. Nope, that's not it. That's the history brush. That's not what I'm wanting. Paint bucket, perfect. That's... nope. So, I kind of like with modern art, I am also being inhibited by my abilities. But if I just kind of connect it up, then maybe I can choose the paint bucket and then... Oop. Things aren't connected. So then we make the solid connections there. Now I should be able to paint bucket, right? Yeah. So it's the only source of light that you're going to see in this room. And that immediately will be kind of, you know, invoking because you'll be drawn to the small sense of light right here and the warmth. But maybe like on this bulb, you know, he wants to, how does he get a point across that that bulb is love? Well, maybe he adds a bit of a tinge of color to it. You know, it starts off, you know, there's a little bit of red. It's like shining through the bulb, but, you know, there's pink on the other side. It's just a very warm, calming example, and they just kind of swirl around, and the butterfly, which we're going to give some blue wings, the butterfly is warmed by this light. And so now, you may not exactly know why the artist has chosen it first. You may not understand it, but it invokes something. In the dark room that you walk into, you just stumble across this one lamp. A lamp with two colors, but they're both warm and inviting. And you see the butterfly going around and around. And even if you don't understand the concept, you're not going to dismiss it outright as you would maybe somebody you just drew up like a butterfly with a sun. You're getting a bit of an idea. Maybe there's like a little bit of like orange here that's glowing out. Just to kind of show that, you know, the light is coming through. And I think that's what modern art is. It's trying to get your idea of communication across in a way that you may not normally be able to know how. You know, modern art is communicating. Modern art is communicating in a novel way. and by exploring all medium. You know, you're not limited to drawing on pen and paper. You're not limited to painting. You're not limited to sculpture. Although I guess this could hardly be a sculpture. He wanted to get a point across, and now the girl that he liked, or even just like the idea of love, the concept he wanted to get across, he was able to do in a way that might not normally be done. And I think that's really the cause. That's what modern art is. And people may not understand, but they will be moved by it. And there's good art and there's bad art. And I don't want to say that an artist can only make good art or bad art. I think an artist can only effectively or ineffectively get their point across. And I think that's what the biggest distinction is. Modern art, art is art. People are going to enjoy it. Some people are not going to enjoy it. But the idea behind, I guess, modern, or not so much the idea, but the defining characteristic that I've seen, and I could be wrong, art's open to interpretation. I am not a good artist. I am not an art critic. But I want to feel something when I look at art. Photorealistic art, that's what pictures are for. And yes, the technical aspects are amazing, but they're nothing that you would look at that and go, oh, cool. But you wouldn't necessarily buy and put on your wall. Unless it was something like a picture of you, and if you had a picture of you, then yeah, absolutely. But then it was because it's communicating to you. I think the addition of being able to communicate an idea, irrespective of knowing what was going on, being able to walk in as a blank slate and feel something, I think that's the most important part. I think you're supposed to know, it's supposed to evoke something, even if you don't know what it is. And art doesn't have to be about love and happiness. Love can be about sorrow. Love can be about pain. Literally anything in the world can be art. Any emotion in the world can be expressive in art. It doesn't have to be about just the good things. Because humanity experiences more than just the good things, right? Humanity experiences bad things. Humanity experiences pain and sadness and loss. And just because they're emotions that may make us uncomfortable, that's no less reason to want to put them away. We have to accept it. And I think that maybe some people take it too far. That's for sure. But it's necessary. And I think the people that have experienced the full range and their art shows the full range, that can really speak to people, that's where it goes. Art is relatable. Even if it doesn't relate to you personally, it's supposed to pull you from somewhere. And it may, certain pieces may not be for everybody, but if it reaches someone, that's the important part. And for this guy right here, he was able to show that even without, walking into the dark room, you're drawn to the light. You're drawn to the warm bathing lights, and the colors make you feel warm. You don't know why. And the butterfly that orbits will stay in the light, just like how we always try to. And that's something that he could be proud of to show his girl. I think that if he were to do that... So, erase this guy real quick. Should have probably used the bigger eraser. But I think if he were to be able to show her that, him showing up, he's got his hair. And this is terribly done. I know this. And I'm going to mark her as having, like a dress thing going on. And they're holding hands. and this is terribly drawn, but I think it gets the point across. Where he can point, and he can point to her, he can point and say, "Look, this right here. This is how I feel." And he doesn't even have to tell her what he feels. He just has to show her. And I think that's what modern art is expression and communication with non-traditional means. Whether it's because you don't have the skills in what you think is traditional art, or if you're just inspired by something else. Modern art is communication. Well, this is Tonto from Tonto Tries, and I hope this made sense to you.
Boy, what the hell is wrong with you?